Scott, there's been many anti-heroes throughout cinema history. You got your Snake Plisskens, you got your Tyler Durdens, you know, you've got your Harry Callahans. But for me, I gotta say, I think my favourite anti-hero of all time has got to be Bill Foster, aka Defense.
Yeah, Dave, I absolutely agree. I remember I must have only been a kid. I couldn't have been more than 10 or something, and we used to go on holiday to like Wales, because that's all we could afford. Like, so we used to go on holiday to Wales, and I remember once we stayed in one of the nights. Yeah, we sat down and we watched Falling Down, and it's always been imprinted on me, man, for a very long time. As just, it was just so not what I was expecting, and it was so good.
Yeah. It's weird. It's a film that can work really at any age, because at that age you would have been drawn to like the action and like, whereas now it's more like a really deeply disturbing psychological thriller about a man literally breaking down. This is very much a Michael Douglas film. I mean, he owns this movie. Robert Duvall's in it as well, and I think people forget how good his character actually is in it, because it is, for all intents and purposes, a Michael Douglas film. But I wanted to ask you, where do you stand on Michael Douglas as a film actor?
I wouldn't put him in like the pantheon of greats, you know. But yeah, I'd certainly rate him. He certainly doesn't give a bad performance in this film whatsoever. No, it's yeah. Like you say, I struggle to rank him. He's definitely kind of upper mid tier for me, definitely.
Yeah. Well, he's an actor that I've grown to appreciate over time, because I look back through his filmography leading up to this film, from everything from Romance in the Stone to like Fatal Attraction to Basic Instinct, and I've got to say, he took a lot of chances, man. He picked interesting films that, if they'd gone wrong, would have really like set his career back. I mean, if you got Basic Instinct incorrect, then you would have been, your credibility would have been shot.
When Michael Douglas read this script, apparently he so liked the script that he phoned up. I don't know who it was. Would have been, whether it had been Joel Schumacher or if a director had been attached or whatnot. But they were struggling to get it sold, apparently, to studios, and he actually took a pay cut, because he so liked the script that he took a pay cut to get it made. I mean that's, you have to respect him for that, don't you? I mean, yeah,
I think I remember reading that the original plan was to make it a TV movie, but like Michael Douglas signing on obviously made it like an A picture. So Robert Duvall, I know he's one of your dad's favourite actors. In fact, I watched one of your dad's favourite films recently, The Outfit.
Yeah,
cracking, man.
He just like that.
Pendergast, played by Duvall. I totally forgot about that whole aspect of his like kid being dead, and like because it's basically like the parallel to Defense, in that he's got a family that he doesn't have anymore. You know, obviously he divorced his wife, and obviously for good reason. Pendergast is also about to be put out to pasture, like Defense does as well. There's like a really nice like parallel running between the characters.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose it's what they call like a foil, isn't it? He's like the main character in so many ways, but then he like zigs where Defense zags. So yeah, I thought, Duvall gives a good performance. I'm not sure whether you'd say it's like the best he's ever done or anything like that.
No.
I think it's probably a bit. It's I don't want to say like just clean. I mean, you don't really see too much of him, do you? Throughout the movie, he's not massively developed.
No.
Did you know that Dennis Hopper was actually considered to direct this?
Dennis Hopper?
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, isn't it, though?
I mean, he was a director as well. He did Easy Rider.
Oh, did he direct Easy Rider?
Yeah, he did, yeah. But Steven Sass is an interesting choice. He didn't get attached to many mainstream things. Yeah, no, he probably could have done it, He was he liked his gritty out there stuff. I mean, he could have played Defense if he wanted to.
There is a lot of people who are actually considered for the role. If I can remember who they are. Jack Nicholson, Ed Harris, Robert De Niro, Nick Nolte, Mel Gibson, Robin Williams, apparently, Harrison Ford, were all considered, for defense.
Man, Harrison Ford would be interesting. I'd love to see what his defense would like.
Robin Williams defense. I just can't understand why you'd approach Robin Williams for it, to be honest.
And I mean, I can understand how you could approach him now because he did like 1 Hour Photo and Insomnia, but that's way before that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he could have done it. Definitely could have done it. We got to talk about Joel Schumacher, and I think it's probably fair to say this is his best film. I mean, he had The Lost Boys before this, and he had A Time to Kill, Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin, yep.
Yeah, and it was never the same after that.
The one that killed his career.
I have good things to say about 8mm, kind of. And
yeah, it's not a bad film.
No, that's what he made after. And it's like, I need to get so far away from Batman and Robin as I can. We'll make a film about snuff.
Snuff and vigilantism.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage at his best. Certainly, like Joel Schumacher's finest hour, God rest him, who apparently had the highest body count in Hollywood, which would be quite impressive when you're in that area code.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen Batman and Robin, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm not sure I have seen Batman and Robin.
You haven't?
No. I managed to avoid that, Dave.
You've not even seen Batman Forever?
I've seen Batman Forever.
Yeah.
But I've not seen Batman and Robin.
So many awesome scenes, man. Right from the jump, where you have the opening credits, where defense is in traffic, and that you feel that tension rising and that heat on the windows and the people in their cars, and we've all been there at least once.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can imagine yourself losing it on a day like that, can't you? Quite easily.
One of the guys that moves defense's car off the highway with Pendergast and another passerby is actually the screenwriter, apparently. Abbey Rose Smith, he got a cameo in there.
That's good, man.
Yeah, he used to be an actor, apparently. That was his work by trade, and like this was one of the first scripts he wrote. Can you imagine, like, I want to write a script, and then you toss off Falling Down? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Mate, it's just because his name doesn't ring a bell or anything for me, so he obviously didn't go on to have a distinguished career or anything. I'm sure he's probably got plenty of credits, but yeah, to come out of the gate with that one, and it's like, God, man, you'd be so proud, wouldn't you? It's like, yeah, I wrote Falling Down.
Yeah. And there's so many scenes in it that when you mention Falling Down, I mean, you'll be able to say at least one, I'm sure. Other than like, say the golf course. So you're gonna die wearing that silly hat.
The funny thing is that he's an avid golfer in real life, isn't he? But and in that film, he's just trashing them, man. It's like a pastime for old men.
And Michael Douglas is an avid golfer?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
And not actually took part in any championship or anything. He's not like a master poker player like Ben Affleck, where he could literally make a living as a poker player and not acting. He's that good at it, yeah?
Imagine being that good at two different things. It's like, oh yeah, not just an actor,
I'm directing.
A director and a fucking poker player.
Yeah, it's too much in it.
It's like, oh, fuck you, man.
Do you have a
give me some of that talent, man?
Do you have a specific favourite scene?
Yeah, the last scene, definitely, man. Cause,
okay, well, we'll get there. Do you have another favourite scene?
Yes, I thought there's the gangland one, isn't it, where he's sitting on their
turf.
On their turf, and he beats the shit out of them with a baseball bat. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, definitely. I thought you were going to say the fast food scene. You don't like the whammy burger scene? That's amazing.
Man, it's just one golden scene after another, man. The whammy burger one is good, man.
It is. And we've all
looks nothing like it does in the picture.
Yeah, we've all thought that. But one of my favourite nerdy things to do on YouTube is to look up film location videos, and there is one for Falling Down by I think the channel's That 80s Life, and the Whammy Burger is an operational fast food joint and they've even got like a fallen down mural behind the counter.
Oh, never.
And like if you go in, it looks exactly the same. Apart from the tables, it still looks like as it did in 1993, which is quite amazing.
Oh man, now I want to go there. Did you know that the Iron Maiden song "Man on the Edge" is based on this film? Apparently,
I did not know. I know. Falling down is in the lyrics. Yeah, there's a lot of videos that have like taken inspiration. Like I swear, there's a Foo Fighters video where they're wearing a Michael Douglas-esque costume.
yeah, that's Walk. Yeah,
Yeah, it is Walk.
there's definitely a Foo Fighters one that apes this. Did you know it was Joel Schumacher's idea for the crew cut, Dave?
Well, I mean, it definitely goes along with that like militaristic feel to it. I believe at one point, does his glasses get like smashed at one point?
Yeah, I believe they do.
Yeah, I think that's it's a reference to the poster of Straw Dogs with Dustin Hoffman, which I'll be putting on screen right now. But
yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a bit of a ballsy move because you have a famous actor, but then you go out of your way to make him almost unrecognisable with his crew cut and his glasses and whatnot. So yeah, that's good. I really do dig his look in this Michael Douglas.
I know one thing did want to talk to you about, and that is the ending that you mentioned on the pier, because it's like the realization moment at the end when it's like, I'm the bad guy. It's like, yeah, it had never occurred to him at any point that he might be doing something wrong, which I suppose is the definition of madness. But the question I wanted to ask is, because Pendergast even brings this up himself, do you think he would have killed his ex-wife and child?
I'm not sure he would have, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think that.
I don't know. It's a hard question to ask. I don't know if he was the bad guy, but I always felt sorry for him, man.
Yeah.
So I love the ending because he's armed and dangerous all the way through that, but at the end he's just got a water pistol or whatever, and it's just so yeah, it's
suicide by cop because he knows his kid will get the insurance money, which is great and all that. But I don't know, because I mean, these things. This is where these sort of things tend to lead. He needed a sort of a release somehow. I mean, he killed the racist army supply owner, Frederick Forrest.
Yeah, he's in the military fucking get up, man.
Yeah, he's not going to get him back.
No, that's for fucking certain.
Yeah, if I can't have them, no one else can. And there was like a disturbing part toward the end where he's watching the home movies in the house while they're running away. And there's a bit where he's like, he's trying to get the child to like sit on like a pony or something, and like direct the scene. And I swear to God, Schumacher took that from the home movies of Stanley Kubrick, where he's trying to get one of his kids to do something, and the kid won't have it, and it's actually getting quite scary.
The ending just sticks with me, and it has stuck with me, since when I was like a child. Yeah, it's like I don't even know why, because as a child, like I said, it's part of me feels like sympathy for him. Like, even though he was a bad man, like some part of him just didn't deserve it. Because, and like you say, as you kind of get older, and you kind of feel like the crunch of circumstance pushing against you, because there's more weight on your shoulder, there's more responsibility on your shoulder, there's more kind of chance for happenstance and circumstance to just go against you, and you like you say, you get older and you see more of yourself, and it's like maybe you wouldn't go on a killing spree or anything, but you could see yourself cracking if life got too hard. Like,
I don't think it comes down on any one side at all. There is no side taken in this film, is there?
No, I wouldn't say so. The film is not celebrating or championing defense in any way. He's the villain. He's the bad guy. There's no question about that. It's not glorifying what he's doing. It's not saying that what he's doing is right, because it's not. Everyone knows it's wrong. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think. I think kind of some of the arguments that do get levelled against it are kind of baseless. it definitely holds up for me. I still enjoy it. I don't watch it now and see a film that is out of place in 2023. Not at all.
It's because like a lot of like stuffy critics and like get up on their moral high horse and they think people are going to copy these things. And when has that ever been the case? I mean, it happened again with Joker. Do you remember? There was all that furore about, oh, it's going to start like fucking, you know, riots and stuff. No. Nah.
The suggestion's preposterous.
I think that's why it strikes a chord. Because we're not like defense, but we definitely understand.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I think it's interesting that, of course, the studio didn't want him to die at the end. I mean, surely it would be equally unsatisfying to them if he got carted off in handcuffs at the end. But at that point, they'd already shot the final scene, and obviously Michael Douglas steadfastly refused to do another version.
Absolutely fucking
it's
right.
like, yeah, he's not Charles Bronson.
What, he breaks out of jail and just rampages?
Yeah.
So how the fuck would that sequel go, man?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a question for you, Dave. If he did get carted off in handcuffs, how would your sequel go?
Well, I think you'd have to follow the only logical comparison that my brain can make, and that is Rambo First Blood Part 2, where Pendergast comes to the prison and asks him to help him out. I don't know. Yeah, the gangs are getting really bad, Bill. Really bad, man. I need your muscle.
Oh, man, there's a police procedural there, isn't there, man?
Yeah, that's it.
Every week, defense and fucking Pendergast.
Hey, man.
Solving crimes together, man.
That's basically the plot of Death Wish 3, and I'm here for that. I wish that film got made now. Well, no. But thank God there isn't a falling down part. Falling down again. Falling down more.
Downfall.
Yeah, that's it.
Falling Down Part 2, Downfall. Mate, that's exactly the kind of straight-to-video bullshit you want, man.
Yeah.
Falling Down Part 2, Downfall.
Yeah, man. Why isn't there like an unrelated straight-to-video sequel where it's just a new character? Like, you'd expect that to happen any day.
Mate, what's the IP worth? So we could buy it at auction.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
make it, man.
Yeah, maybe it could. Maybe his psychotic genes can pass on to the next generation, man. See?
Absolutely,
and it'll be even more welcome in this day and age because it's a woman.
That's it, yeah,
That's
man.
it.
If you just
Falling
get
Down Part 2, man. He's misogynistic, man. He deserved to die. And in that version, we'll survive at the end. Probably. No. But yeah, Falling Down, I think it's a classic. I really do. Definitely don't need any straight-to-video sequels. Right. Until next time.
Falling Down 2, Falling Harder.
Yeah. It's strange to set at an airport. Anyway. Until next time.
Mate, who would you... well, I get one last question. Who would your knockoff Michael Douglas be in a straight-to-video movie? If it was Defense.
I mean, who does even remotely remind me of Michael Douglas these
Who's
days?
a knockoff of Michael Douglas?
Ryan Gosling. Yeah, man. That's the only one I can think of. Who's blonde?
Who's that guy in fucking Starship Troopers, the psychic one?
Oh, Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris, that's the
That's
one.
it. No, he was.
What about what's the other one? Van der Beek? No, it's not Van der Beek.
James Van Der
Not
Beek.
James Van Der
Dawson.
The guy who plays Rico, what's his name?
Oh,
Although he's way too old to play
yeah,
defense
Casper
now.
Van Dien,
Casper
yeah.
Van Dien, that's him.
Yeah.
Maybe like 20 years ago, he could have been like a good knockoff.
If Defense was a metrosexual, Casper Van Dien's your guy. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there. As long as you take the right lessons from it, Falling Down is a great film and is proof that even if you can make one of the absolute worst films of all time, as long as you've made a Falling Down, you're okay.
That's it, mate.